What's going on, people? Got another video. So today I want to title this video The Social Justice Deception and the New World Order. And I have a scripture here, 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 14 through 18. And I want to say this because although we know there's all kinds of discrimination and inequality that exists in our world, the one thing that we miss is that the world seeks to unite people on the very evils that destroy us rather than what is actually good and just. You see, as evil becomes more loved, legal, and more prevalent in this world, it will naturally infiltrate and corrupt everything that we use in it. That's why the laws are illogical and immoral. That's why the culture is the same, and so on. And see, when we say social justice, we never think that if the society at large is starting to celebrate and worship evil, and we basically are trying to promote unity and conformity on everybody to celebrate that same evil, then what is the value of us coming together for an evil end? Let me read this scripture. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, 14 through 18. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, for what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion has light with darkness? And what concord hath Christ with Belial? Or what part hath he that believeth with an infidel? And what agreement hath the temple of God with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God, and God has said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. And I will be a father unto you, and you shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty. Now let's break this down. First of all, there is no unity between good and evil. And this is what the world is trying to deceive people to believe. That somehow people who love good and love evil can find a common ground without compromise. And since the world is promoting evil, they're compromising the people who seek righteousness to give up that very righteousness, that very objective reality, objective standard of good, to conform with its evil. And that's impossible without everybody becoming evil. And people have a problem with being unequally yoked. But here's the issue with that. You see, when becoming yoked with somebody causes you to compromise and give up your very values that will cause you to treat one another rightly as you want to be treated and uphold a standard of respect that both mutually will accept, then what is the point of being together unless you like drama, argument, and violence? This is why all institutionalized things have been corrupted. Justice, marriage, education, so many things have been corrupted. Religion is corrupted because all of it has been compromised and has been infiltrated with the world's evil to be used for the same evil end. And instead of coming out, we seek to be equal, with the same evil world that we say we hate. So the integration issue is a problem. We should seek to be separate from a world that we self-declare to be evil, corrupt, and unrighteous, because there is no fellowship with light and darkness. Therefore, the Bible calls us to come out from among them. And this is what the issue is. Because the world has fed people on their evil vices, their evil desires and natures of vanity, greed, lust, selfishness, arrogance, narcissism. The list goes on. The media, the prospect of wealth at the compromise of dignity, of the compromise of values, of the compromise of upholding what's good. People will throw that away just to get wealth. And then we wonder why we mistreat each other, why we kill each other, steal from each other, lie to each other. Because the love of money is the root of all evil. Money in itself isn't inherently evil as no thing. But when you love that money over the inherent just and righteous law of our Creator, which is proven by how we want to be treated in our own hearts and minds. And this is not an emotion, this is a reflection of that natural law that our Creator has not only ascribed into a book so that we can all have a common consensus to be honest, but we all know about how we want to be treated and what we complain about and the expectations we placed on one another. Here's a good example. When something loses its standard, it stops, no longer reflects the law of God. That keeps us honest, that upholds us to not engage in thievery, murder, lies, etc., disrespect. What is the value of it? What is the value of a marriage if there's no standard of how we should treat one another? What is the value of religion that that sacrifices and reduces all its values to get the very things that it's supposed to be against? What is the value of justice if it takes injustice to acquire it? What is the value of it? You see, the world is trying to conform everyone to evil, and that's the lie of unity. Let's unite together to celebrate and love evil, because we know for us to uphold good and righteousness, evil has to be called out and has to be separated from. And that's the main issue. It has nothing to do with race, gender, religious affiliation. All of those things are institutionalized by the government, and they're all tools to get people to trust in the government. So we give up the fight against good and evil, and we re-engage under the guise of social justice to worship the government and let them determine a new standard of right and wrong. The same old lie of Adam and Eve, to disobey our Creator so that we can create our own version of good and evil against what the good of evil that we know works. That's all it is. So I'm going to leave it here. All right, y'all. Peace out.